So I suppose I think I was a member of the credit union, I think nearly 20 years. My father always said a thing, it's a steady drop fills the bucket, and I suppose it's the inner inquisitive person inside me. I remember seeing blue books going down to Burn Street, and I always like to Dad, what was that? And he always said it was the Carlow Credit Union. So I suppose I've always had fond memories of going and saving with the credit union, and I didn't really actually appreciate it or understand it until I was actually going to college. Um, and I had the communion savings and the confirmation savings. Dad was always like, I have to put a portion of that aside. So I was always like, I never understand why. But when I was in college, I suppose, and going to Dublin and not even having a part-time job, it was during the recession. So I always found the credit union loan office, the like Madeline and Ross, everyone in the credit union loan office were always very approachable and very understanding. It was like no application was the same. They always, I suppose, they always were able to help you or talk through it or make payments that were substantial to yourself or manageable, I suppose. Then also, I suppose, um, holidays away and stuff like that, having to pay for a holiday up front, the credit union was always very approachable for that yet again. And I suppose then moving into the line of work and moving back to Dublin, the credit union were always very helpful when it came to like the likes of deposit for a house, for the first month's rent, etc. And hopefully then, it's always progressed along with me as a person. 20 years is a long time, I suppose, and you actually feel a part of the community. You feel the community spirit when you walk in the doors. People are always very friendly. There's always, a céad míle fáilte, I suppose. But coming back to the likes of, I suppose in hindsight or in the future, I'd like to think that maybe the credit union would be open to mortgages, because that's, I suppose, the next step for me in life. And I suppose, the likes of Ross and Madeline within the loans department, that, they'd be willing to talk to you about it and, come up with, I suppose, a solution or an application, I suppose, what's suitable for a sport. Uh, my fondest memory, I suppose, of the credit union is it's always people inside. The staff are always very friendly, but they're also approachable. They'll always be able to help you or come to a solution that suits both parties, I suppose. So here's to another 60 or 60 odd years with the Carlow Credit Union.